Now, you've worked in industries most people ignore, like funeral homes, plasma centers. Why do unsexy industries often outperform trendy niches?
Well, in the case of funeral homes, some of the different places that we geofences like hospice centers, things that are locations where people are looking in at that transition, and a lot of times both my parents passed away, so a lot of times you don't really you're not very familiar with the experience, so you're looking for answers or information kind of to help you guide through this situation. And with advertising for funeral homes, what that does is it allows us to, put ads in front of people that are going through this experience and then offering information and offering options and alternatives for them. That's the case of funeral homes. Yeah. For blood center, blood drive centers, that was a great one because essentially, you can target people like at college campuses and whatnot that want to sell their blood for money, their plasma for money. And, so I don't know if you went to college or not, but when I was in college, man, $50 was a lot. You
Oh
know?
yeah, I was one of those poor college students that did sell my plasma, and might have been one of your ads, BioLife
It
Plasma.
it
So
might have been. Absolutely, man, absolutely. So, yeah.
yeah, what?
So, I guess to get to boil down to the point, what it is that you're offering information and options to people that are attending these different locations or who might have an affinity toward that, toward that information or those options. They didn't know they were available and more information about it, things of that nature.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. Okay. Now you've scaled to 350 plus clients without cold calling.
Mm.
Uh, what is? How did you do it? And if you were to start from zero, how would you replicate it?
Um, s how we did it, I had a little bit of money. We started with a pay-per-click campaign just at the very, very, very beginning. And then we got our first couple of clients, and then we just treated them like gold, man. I'm not going to say there wasn't mistakes made because whenever you start any business, at the very beginning, there's a learning process or a learning curve associated with the product or service that you're offering. And so you got to kind of have some grit to you. And you
Mm.
got to get through it. And from that first client to that 10th client, there's going to be a major difference or change in the way that you're operating your business. And that is just the honest to God truth. And what you want to do is you want to take experience and learn from every one of them. And every client that you manage to get is just a piece of gold. And you got to treat it as such as well. Show them the results, show them what's happening, be very transparent, be very honest with them. Okay, hey, I don't know how many times I've said, hey, this ad isn't working, it's not resonating with the crowd. So what we've got to do is we've got to change up the image, we've got to change up the message, things of that nature. We also implement what they call sequential marketing as well. And what that does is we build a pool of people that have received an ad. So then when we had that pool is we try to have a more urgent messaging associated with that second ad that we show 'em. Like right now we're doing a recruiting campaign for a landscape company. And what we're seeing with sequential marketing is that by putting urgency or a time, the second message or the ad that we would show them would be, hey, spaces are running out. There's not going to be many more of these jobs left, and we've seen a dramatic increase with the sequential marketing efforts that we use.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any like referral program or any secret sauce that's helped you, or is it just delivering great value to clients?
Building relationships, delivering great value, working with people, showing that you care about their
Mm.
business, understanding that, being very transparent with them, showing them exactly what's going on with their campaigns, offering ideas to try to increase performance, things of that nature is what we've really done.
Okay.
And it's paid off in spades. It really has.
Okay.
When I started up the agency, I got a bunch of friends that own businesses as well, and so I brought them on in, and they're joking around because they had a lot of money at the time, so they're just okay, let's see what we got, and then working with that, making through your mistakes, apologize for them, saying how you fixed them, and just kind of going from there is
Mm.
basically the way we started out.
Okay. Okay.